So let's continue here where I left off in part one. Ran over my time limit of 15 minutes. So yeah, not much more to go. But so extra source of information within my community. One of them is, which I'll talk about in a couple more slides, is the school climate survey, which is going to be an excellent source of information going forward for our community, for our school in terms of understanding our community better, but also it'll provide us with information to be able to build a stronger community that helps foster the achievement of our students. And so yeah, that school climate survey is sent to students, staff, parents, and alumni to give them a survey to understand how they view certain things that are going on in our school. Another source of information that's popular, as I said earlier, just through word of mouth. Our community is small, so information travels quickly through word of mouth, and that seems to be the most popular form of communication. But also our school communicates through social media and weekly in the sense of newsletters, and in the upper school, our principal sends out weekly email that talks about the upcoming things for the week. But also we have a quarterly echo that's sent out. It's news from our community for our community, and so that's a good way for communication to be sent out to our community that is talking about our school. So first, this slide is talking about power structures, and I'll talk about their characteristics later, but basically our power structures has to do with a healthy school board. We have administrative flow charts, and we have to make sure that stakeholders are involved in the decision-making process. All stakeholders, not just staff, not just parents, but everyone, students, parents together. And then there's a connection between the two different areas of the school, the business and the academic, which I'll talk about later. Some of the multicultural issues that I talked about, there's just cultural differences between the staff and the community. And you have to, as a staff member and as a community members, you have to come together and educate each other, but also just comes from being here and understanding the culture and the differences. But it can be an issue, especially for some of the new teachers and staff and new community members, new parents and students to the school. The language differences it can also be a huge factor in providing a divide into our community. Many parents speak English, but there are some parents that do not. And so, especially in the expats and the staff community, where some teachers, some of them speak French and Arabic, some of them do not. And so it can just cause a divide within the community and cause an issue. Dress code can also be an issue at times. I think one of the things that going forward is it's kind of strange and something that surprised me. Generally, in the Moroccan community, there's a lot more conservative dress, but with our students, it's kind of a hybrid where Moroccan culture is mixed with Western culture. It seems like we definitely have some issues with dress code and understanding how to appropriately dress. But we have a dress code on a daily basis, but when we provide free dress days. Religion definitely can bring up some issues from time to time. I think it's healthy to have freedom of religion, but in a country where Moroccans are not necessarily free to choose their religion, it can cause some issues and definitely some cultural tensions. But also just because there's differences in people, and when you have 99% country and culture and community that's part of the Islam faith, and then you combine that with other religions, it can definitely cause some issues at times. Holidays, there's lots of different holidays, and we celebrate as a community a lot of American Western holidays, and then also a lot of Moroccan Islamic holidays. Sometimes this can cause an issue because if Islamic holidays, there's lots of them, and a lot of Moroccan holidays, and sometimes more time is given to certain things, and just based off our school year, and it can cause some multicultural issues. So to keep going on this knowing the power structure that I was talking about earlier, basically when I'm talking about the healthy role of the board, I'm talking about our school in particular does a good job at understanding that the board has a role, and that its role is to oversee what our school is doing, but also to provide assistance and support, and they don't micromanage. They do a very good job at understanding their role and helping achieve our mission and vision. The administrative flowchart provides the community with a flowchart that shows the administrative responsibilities going from the academic side of the school to the business side of the school, and it goes down the list, so to speak, to show you who to communicate with and contact if you have issues. One thing that I know that our school has to do a little bit better job at is making sure this is a power structure to struggle that our administration has, and making sure that more of our community members are involved in making decisions and being a part of our community. From teachers, students, parents, alumni, we're definitely trying to achieve this, but because we're such a small, unique community, it can be challenging. Another power structure area it's kind of difficult to understand and to just to really push through is the connection between the two areas of the school. We're a private school. It's a small school, so we have this business side of things that's run also by both Moroccan and foreign hired staff, and then we have the academic side of the school, and we have to make sure that we are collaborating together, and that they're collaborating, the administration is collaborating together in that structure. Public opinion, like I said earlier, we have a school climate survey that's good, does a great job at measuring public opinion. Word of mouth is another way of us as a community being able to assess where we're at and what we're doing. Social media, definitely with the upper school, we're trying to push, our principal is trying to push for the use of social media to help market our school and to help, build community within our school as well. Then we also have this America School community within Morocco, where we're able to kind of look at what other schools are doing and see how well we're doing in comparison to them, through word of mouth, through our interactions, through interactions with other teachers. We have three other American schools just in our city. So that makes a good way to measure our public opinion. And like I said, the survey, this survey is sent out to students, staff, and parents. We will be starting that this year, and this is going to be a very good way to be able to understand our community a little better. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed understanding my school community a little better. And thanks for watching.